Football night in New York with Willie Colon and SNY NFL insider Connor Hughes. Starting with the Giants, Connor, the G-men started out the season 7-2, but Sunday's win was their first victory since Week 10. Have the Giants rediscovered their early season magic?
That's the thing, right? I mean, I think the magic for the Giants is just things happening to bounce in their favor, right? I mean, I feel like a broken record at this point talking about this, because when you really analyze the state of this roster, it's not very good, right? The Giants have issues on the offensive line. They have some issues at tight end. They have issues on the defensive line at times, linebacker, cornerback, safety. I mean, they aren't that talented of a team, but the way that they've been able to win teams is by basically out-uglying them, getting to the fourth quarter in a one-possession game, and then having the coaching staff that they have, led by Brian Daboll, which is one of the best in the NFL, basically out-coach and out-scheme and out-prepare the other sideline, and then the Giants have a ball or two bounce their way, and they win the game. And that's what you saw against Washington, right? There's the Kayvon Thibodeau strip sack for the touchdown. There's the penalty that isn't called in the end zone on Darnay Holmes. So there are things that are now bouncing in the Giants' favor. They just got to have them keep bouncing in the Giants' favor if they want to keep winning.
Out-uglying opponents. The Jets' loss, though, to the Lions was definitely ugly. Willie, Robert Saleh defended Zach Wilson's play on Sunday, saying that we live in an instant coffee era in society and that we've got to give him some time. He also, though, didn't commit to a starting quarterback for Thursday between Wilson and Mike White. Should the Jets continue to allow Zach Wilson to go through the ebbs and flows and get the start on Thursday?
Yeah, if it was up to me, I would start Zach Wilson, only because I don't think Mike White is ready. You're talking about fractured ribs, right? And that thing needs to calcify. And he gets hurt a certain way. He lands a certain way that can lead to more damage, possibly a punctured lung or whatever. So I think they have to be cautious with him. I understand the sense of urgency of throwing him out there because he's probably the more competent and more ready quarterback for this offense right now. However, when it comes to Zach Wilson, I was talking to Connor before we jumped on. You know, we have to come to the grips that Zach is just not that guy right now. There's still a lot of learning. There's still a lot of growth. We get enamored with his big play ability, his ability to be athletic. He looks shifty. He looks crafty, and he can throw the ball a mile. However, playing the game in the pocket and delivering the ball on time, he's just not that there. He's just not there right now. And you can see Sunday his mechanics are off. He's thinking while he's throwing. He's trying not to make a mistake. And so a lot of what he's going through is just trying to grow up as a quarterback in this league. And unfortunately, you can't hide the quarterback position because that is the number one position for the football team.
Especially at this point in the season. And I want to come to both of you for this question, starting with you, Connor. The Jets more or less have to win out to make the playoffs. Do they actually have a shot here?
They do, but it's going to take Zach Wilson stepping up his game if he's going to be the quarterback the rest of the year, because Mike White just isn't healthy, right? I mean, in order for the Jets to win a game right now with Zach Wilson under center, they need to play a perfect game around him on offense and on defense and on special teams. Why did the Jets lose to the Lions, right? It was one defensive breakdown on that fourth down, and it was one special teams breakdown. Those are one mistake by each of those units, and that's why the Jets lose the game. Now, if the offense was better and they were able to get 2 touchdowns or score, this is a crazy concept, right? Score more than 21 points in a game. Well, suddenly that gives a little bit more slack to the other units. But right now with Zach Wilson out there, they just don't have that luxury of getting slack from the offense. So basically around him, they need to play perfect football. And I don't know if you can rely on that for 3 straight weeks against decent teams, two of the three at least decent teams in Miami and Seattle. And then obviously Jacksonville's red hot right now after beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, if there was a time to be perfect, it's now. And I don't know if they have that type of firepower to be perfect. I think right now you're looking at a team who's technically never been in this situation. We talk about the beginning of the year. They wanted to play meaningful football in December. Now they're doing that. So this may be a growing pain or a growing lesson for this team right now. However, this team just has to flat out go out and play. Whatever happens at this point. But they just got to learn from it and understand whoever's out there, it's all or nothing.
And, of course, they've got to start out with a short week against the Jaguars, just like you mentioned, Connor, coming off of a huge win over the Cowboys. The Jets playing for their first playoff berth as well since 2010.